Oh, he's recording us.
Fuck you.
That's right, record me.
Take your black ass out of here,
You're
motherfucker.
fucking soliciting the wrong person.
Take your black ass out of here because you're fucked up. Don't come cussing my door, motherfucker. Fuck you and your phone. Get your fucking ass beat, motherfucker.
Get off my property
Get the
now.
fuck out of here. Record that shit. Come back and get him. I'll fucking hang your ass.
Now. Good. I hope you show your employers. Show your employers, because this is what your employees do.
You dumb fucking nigger that says no soliciting. Get your black ass the fuck out of here. You come back and get him, I'll hang you.
Don't go over his house either.
He don't want nothing. It says no soliciting. Get your black ass out of here. You're fucked up.
You want him at your house? He's soliciting.
Hey, this is what I live for, y'all. I love windy nature. This is just a beautiful thing for me. I love it. Storms and all. I don't want my power to go out, but you know. Morning, people. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling revitalized. I feel like a lot was accomplished yesterday. Had to stay in for a little bit. I took the later bus. But y'all, man, listen. I live for this, man. This is my type of weather. This fall, gloomy. And see, with me being a winter baby, let me tell y'all something back. As dangerous as they say it was in Minneapolis, and you know, even when we were coming up, like it kind of was. But man, let me tell you something, man. Like coming out of like 11th, 12th grade, maybe I'll say 12, or kind of around that time. Give y'all a little backdrop on the digital journal here. Oh, it's almost time for the next bus. I gotta hurry up. Man, listen. It was beautiful in the winter because, like, the 2000s. I'm telling y'all, like the 2000s. Real chat. Dudes used to. Man, we like that winter. That's the cuddle buddy winter. The cuddle buddy weather. You know what I'm saying? And you put on your Timbs and you throw a hoodie on, and you might throw on your Avarex or your Pelly, and you may not even necessarily have a car all the time. But if you was fresh, man, you definitely gonna get chose up. That's a fact. You getting chose up. Wind is a little loud. You getting super chose. So sometimes it brings me back to them times, you know what I'm saying? Where, you know, and it was just a good feeling. New album come out, you jump on a number 2, or you know what I'm saying? If you ride, you hop in your Caprice or your Bubble, and you just kind of you go get the CD. That's a date in itself. You pick something up, man, kind of fine little chocolate thing, man, and you hop in that Bubble or that Caprice or whatever, or that roll. You know, you might not have some dudes had the Olds. You know, my dad was an Oldsmobile guy. You know, like some people had the Oldsmobile. I had Regencies around that time, and Bromes, and you know, because I didn't, you know what I'm saying? So like, man, listen. Yeah, there goes my bus right there. That's exactly what I need. So I was gonna do another part story or whatever. I'm trying to stay out the rain. Damn, man, I don't know if I'm gonna get this bus. I really want to get it. Let me see if I can. I think I can. Let's see. Yeah, I was gonna do a little story. I'll add on to the story. I'll add on to the story in a minute. Grand Rising, y'all. Very, very muggy right now. I got some other footage that I'm upload too. That was from an earlier time. So I wanted to talk about a story time that I was supposed to cover the other day about when a guy self-deputized himself. Now, as we know, the dominant society will often self-deputize themselves amongst black folks in various forms. We know that. That's a thing. They will self-deputize themselves when it comes to our kids, when it comes to walking the street. Just the other day, there was a video where some Indian dude, and I'm talking about India from, Slumdog Millionaire, that, like that, he'd self-deputize himself to a black man walking down the street. He required him to show him his ID. So now, if you think for one moment that does not happen inside the workplace, 9 times out of 10, you don't come from our culture, or you're in self-denial. So this is a story of the guy that told me that was working at the bank, my buddy, who also observed a black woman from South Carolina being undermined and subverted. So in this environment, he was a data analyst working in downtown Minneapolis. He was working with several different tools, such as Tableau and things of that nature. Now, this was a very large bank. Not going to name what bank it is, but this was a very large bank, well known. A bank that has a history of undermining blacks, especially with home loans and this, that, and the third. So if y'all want to do your own research, y'all could do that. That's just fine. Hey, it's not my fault. It's theirs. This is something that they're going to have to own. This is something that they're going to have to live with, because this was something they were propagating amongst the black population many a time, many a more. And so when he got there at this company, he got his own little cubicle, right? So he's doing his work to the best of his ability. He's showing up on time. It was more so less of a 2-year contract. So typically what he does, when you're dealing with software support, or it wasn't break fix or nothing, he's a data analyst. So he might literally have anywhere between, 2 hours worth of work a day to do at the max. And there's literally nothing else that this man can do. I'll go this way. There's literally nothing else that he could do. So one of his co-workers, a white guy, one of his co-workers, which is a white guy, he sits a couple cubicles down from him. Now keep in mind, he's not a manager. He doesn't have any power. He just has whiteness. So therefore, he feels that he can demand what this guy is working on at any given time. He's constantly asking this dude, leaning over, watching him and stuff. Now, this dude that reported this issue to me, he's a contractor. So even less reason for that man to be in his business. Not more reason, even less reason. So he commits to doing his work. He's minding his business. He's doing what he do. This guy, every time, now mind you, every time he goes to the break room or to go get coffee, this guy ain't got nothing to say. He magically has nothing to say in regards to any conversation, any constructive criticism, nothing. So he's doing his work, and this dude, he's walking up, walking past his desk, leaning in, violating this man's personal space. And he did this for a long time. He did this like the whole time he said he was working there. And he said it got to the point where this guy started saying, well, some days he would just take off because he didn't want to deal with this guy. He didn't want to deal with this guy. And there was a couple other people that were part of it. Because see, here's the thing. Usually when you get somebody like that, because I've dealt with it too. Usually when you get somebody like that and they acting like that and showing their ass, they hang out with a little, what I call a sundown bunch. They hang out with people. Keep in mind, y'all, they will hang out with people that have the same belief system. And that belief system is to undermine you, because they will sit there and they will watch them do it. They won't say anything about it. Why? Because they agree with it. 100%. Black folks, I want you to understand something. I want you to listen to me. There is no doubt in your mind. Don't think that, oh, well, it's just one or two and it's just, no. This is a systemic white supremacist regime that the workplace is theirs. If one or two of them are doing it and they hang out in a group and be sitting there with coffee and you notice that ain't none of them talking to you, and you could tell, they may not gotta call you the N-word, but they are all on code. It's an osmosis. They just come into the workplace and that's it. And the reason how you know it is if one does something that's out of pocket and they all start saying, well, he didn't mean this or it didn't, and they start trying to, what they were doing is what I call a corporate lynching. They will all come together to defend the person that committed the said crime. I want y'all to picture a lynching in the early 1900s, where one white person said this, another black person did something, and then a few others agree, and then they just say, well, we're just gonna skip over court. We just gonna go get this Negro. And you'll be charged in kangaroo court for your so-called crime, whether you were guilty or not, whether you were present or not. Well, DP, why are you comparing a lynching to the workplace? Because these same mentalities still permeate in society. Don't be stupid and think that your doctors sometimes don't think like that. That the law enforcement don't think like that. So, of course, it's going to be in these environments. But the burden of proof is on you. Because you can't prove it. Man, I feel it. I see what they doing. I'm seeing how I'm treated, but they just don't call me the N-word. But you can't prove it. Because you gonna need several other black folks that's experiencing the same thing, or you gonna have a white person that decides to get off code and say, well, you know what? I'm gonna go against my fellow white supremacist members. I'm not a white supremacist. This brother's been undermined. You're violating his constitutional rights. You're subverting him. Remember that due process I told y'all about? EEOC, all of that stuff. That's all under the lines of the Constitution. Equal protection of the law. That fifth amendment, that fifth and 14th amendment, that was created by us, solely for us. That's why it was created. So there's another story that I'm going to tell y'all that he had told me when he was working for a very large video game development company. One of the biggest, doing QA. Now HR was promoting the subversion at this time. This was law enforcement. This wasn't somebody that was just the manager. This was the HR department, which is supposed to uphold the law and ethics and code of conduct. And they were blatantly undermining this dude. You dig? So, we'll cover that in a moment. We'll cover that next story time. But I'll tell you this video game software company has done some of the largest first-person shooters. And they are here in Minnesota. This department was here in Minnesota. So, what I will tell you in conclusion, what happened at this bank, every single last race soldier was laid off. When the layoff information started coming around and they started saying, well, hey, are you getting laid off? Are you getting fired? Are you getting terminated? I'm talking about the whole floor. All of those people that was acting funny and acting like that, at the end, they all start talking to him. Oh, well, yeah, did you hear about the layoff? Now, these are permanent people. He's a contractor. Now, there's one more story I'm going to tell. Something that I saw with my own eyes at a very large company, a very large bank. That's going to be the third story. This one is about when a brother was getting ready to leave for a large company. And I'll tell you the company he went to JP Morgan, and how they were just dogging that brother when he left. And I got to see it because I was there. So, yeah, they laid off every single one of those race soldiers, every single one. And they mysteriously started talking to this dude at the end of the end of the contract, like the end of they were getting laid off, and I think his contract was ending soon, so he already knew he wasn't tripping. But they all start talking to him. They got real nice. They got real Minnesota nice towards the end. Now, here's my question to y'all. After trying to undermine this man and self-deputize themselves for over a period of 24 months, why all of a sudden are they being so friendly? I want to ask y'all that question. Why are they so friendly?